It's the dark hours after midnight. Iron is melted in an electric furnace at our foundry at Omiyazaki City, Shizuoka Prefecture at night, when electricity demand is low in the neighborhood. The temperature reaches 1,500 degrees Celsius. Die casting is the process of making an object by pouring molten metal into a shaped container. With a history of 5,000 years, casting technology today is rapidly evolving. With a firm belief in improving and expanding the casting industry, the Kimura Group strives to further push the boundaries and work towards further innovation. The Kimura Group's main office and foundry is located by the Kano River in Shimizu Town, Shizuoka Prefecture. Established 80 years ago, the Kimura Group has continued to bring iron to life over the years. In 1927, Tsunejiro Kimura founded the company in Numazu City in Shizuoka Prefecture. Back then, casting was done by using wooden patterns. In 1960, the company moved its main office to Shimizu Town, Shizuoka Prefecture, and expanded in line with Japan's post-war economic growth. And in 1966, the Kimura Group introduced the full mold casting process, which replaced wooden patterns with polystyrene patterns. We bravely took on a technique that was believed to be difficult at the time. In 1978, the company set up Tosei Kogyo, which specializes in making models and machining. Then, in 1981, Japan Metal was established to engage in die casting under a safe management system. In 1982, a 3D NC processing machine was introduced to produce patterns. In 1987, the company introduced the CAD-CAM system. All of these new processes contributed dramatically to increasing productivity. And in 1988, the Omiyazaki plant started operation, boasting one of the highest production capacities in Japan. The last 80 years of the Kimura Group have been 80 years of exploring innovative technologies in die casting. The Kimura Group is comprised of 3 companies: Kimura Chuzosho, Tosei Kogyo, and Japan Metal. Our die-cast foundries are at the main office Shimizucho plant in Shimizu Town, Shizuoka Prefecture, and the Omiyazaki plant in Omiyazaki City, and Japan Metal in Ota City, Guma Prefecture. Mold models are manufactured in the Shimizucho and Omiyazaki plants, and the Izu and Guma pattern shops. Machining processes for cast products takes place in the Shimizucho and the Omiyazaki plants. Centered in the Kanto region, these 3 companies operate in 6 locations and undertake work from customers in Japan and overseas. The full mold casting process allows complex shape castings. The Kimura Group caters to the production of a variety of products, from artwork to industrial use. Stamping die castings. These are used in the manufacturing process of car bodies and the like, which require durability and abrasion resistance. Machine tooling castings. We cast entire beds of complex shapes that are used in machining centers, etc. Industrial machine castings. Our castings will endure decades of use under high temperature and pressure. Conventional casting methods used wooden patterns. Sand molds were created using the wooden patterns, and hot liquid was then poured into the molds. This method was suitable for mass production, but was inadequate for casting complex shapes. This led to the commencement of the full mold casting process. Let's take a look at the manufacturing process of this system. First of all, solid data is created using 3D CAD. We transfer our customers' two-dimensional drawings into 3 dimensions and check to make sure the data doesn't conflict. Next, using this solid data, we create models with polystyrene. Using our 3D NC processing machine, we mill and create models with a precision of 0.1 millimeters. Parts are then assembled using a simple instruction guideline. When the models are complete, we measure every dimension using our automatic 3D laser inspection system. In order to make it easier to remove castings from sand molds, we spray anti-adhesion coatings. Using our own materials and our original coating machine, we spray every part of the model. The next step is molding. We encase the coated model in a container called the casting flask and then fill it with sand. Runners are set to allow molten iron to spread evenly throughout the casting. Then we use the world's largest and fastest 13,000 kilowatt electric furnace to melt the iron. When the iron has melted, it is ready for pouring. Molten iron is poured into the casting flask, which then melts the polystyrene model to form a casting. We wait about a week for the mold to cool. In some cases, water is sprayed to help cool the mold. This dramatically cuts lead time. When the casting is cool, it is removed from the sand using a large shakeout machine that shakes loose the sand from the casting. This is followed by the removal of runner channels and the remaining sand from smaller corners. Everything is measured and inspected again to make sure that the casting meets the drawing specifications. A finishing coat is applied and the cast is complete. According to our customers' requests, we can handle everything from the initial process through the final process of making the machine castings ready for use. The Kimura Group strives to further improve its full mold casting process in order to manufacture products that will better satisfy our customers' needs. The Kimura Group has also adopted its own original digital technology in order to achieve high-quality, faster service. We design patterns using our 3D CAD. The CAD system has been customized for our own use so that we can produce 3D solid data on all of our casting products. The data is not only used in milling polystyrene, but also automatically writes assembly instruction guidelines. Digital technology is applied in the automatic 3D measuring process before the casting process occurs. The system also tells us the most effective casting plan by showing the best way to lay out the patterns inside the casting flask. Each pattern is bar-coded so that data on all products can be checked. Database terminals are installed throughout the plants for employees to check the Kimura Group's library of information at any time when they have queries. Before delivery, employees can check the required coding or the machining process. All of the final castings are automatically measured in 3D to an accuracy of 0.1 millimeters. The machining process is an unmanned operation, but machining data is created from the CAD data. Our 3D CAD data are provided to and utilized by our customers. All of our digital technology is managed by a computer server in our head office. It allows us to plan our production 3 months ahead. By pursuing quality through a systematic and clean production environment, the Omaezaki plant acquired ISO 9001 certification, which certifies its quality management system, and the ISO 14001, which certifies our care of the environment. We have also achieved Occupational Safety and Health Management System certification for ensuring a safe working environment within the group. All of the factories and foundries of the Kimura Group engage in production with care to the environment. Remnants of polystyrene produced when making the full mode casting patterns are 100% recycled. We ensure that dust inside the foundries is collected by an extractor and not emitted outside. We also guarantee good working conditions. Mists are sprayed at regular intervals in workplaces with static electricity or fine dust. The Kimura Group endeavors to further improve casting technology. We are continuously engaged in research and development of new materials, new processes, and new products. In the field of new materials, we have developed spheroidal graphite cast iron, which is highly abrasion resistant and requires no plating. This is used for stamping die casting. We have also developed a series of inserted casting techniques, where steel, pipes, and screw holes are inserted in the cast. Kimura Chuzosho has committed itself to the development of casting technology and has contributed to laying the groundwork for manufacturers in Japan.
当社は昭和2年2月の2日に私の祖父木村常次郎が創業いたしました。昭和とともに生き延び発展してきた会社といえます。平成になってもますます勢いを増し発展できることを嬉しく思います。また当社のコア技術という観点で考えますと、昭和41年にフルモード鋳造法を導入し、この鋳造法の改良に努めてまいりました。このフルモード鋳造法は非常に難しい技術でありましたので、技術開発が必要ですし、技術者の養成も 重要でございました。また設備投資によりその新しい技術に対応すべく生産技術の改良も必要となりました。そういう変革する、考えるイノベーティブな企業風土、組織風土というものを作り上げることができました。人類文明は基盤産業を必要としています。基盤産業の一つとしてフルモード鋳造法は非常に適合した技術でございます。この技術をますます改良し発展することにより社会に貢献し、80年をスタートとし100年に向けて皆さんと協力して発展していきたいと考えております。
80 years of bringing life to iron. The Kimura Group has worked exclusively with die casting technology. We have indeed led the way in the development of this technology. The Kimura Group looks to the future as we continue to pioneer and be a forerunner in this field.